Good day, hockey fans, and welcome to Eastlink Community TV in association with MC Media's coverage of the NSSAF Tier 2 regional playdowns here from the Yarmouth Mariner Center. Doing the game today, J.R. Surratt and myself, David Doucette, and this is the championship game, and it's a game between champions. As the Central Kings Gators, the Division 2 champions last year, are playing against the Barrington Barons, who were the Division 3 champions last year. Now, because of an amalgamation of sorts, there are just two divisions in NSSAF male hockey this year, and so everybody's up in Division 2. The winner of this game automatically gets into the provincials that are being held in West Kings. The loser gets a second opportunity to play a neutral ice game against somebody else to potentially get in. So it's not a lose and you're out, but it is most definitely, JR, a win and you're in.
Definitely a win and you're in. And nobody wants to lose this one thinking maybe we have one more chance. You want to put it all on the line right now, today. Take that win, go home, and know you're going to play in the big game coming up.
The Gators are going to be in green, not surprisingly, going from left to right on your screen for the first period, and the Barons in gray going from right to left.
I was going to say we also have different cameras at different angles, so depending where you're watching, that may change. I was trying to find out who was going to be in the net for the Barons, but we'll have to wait till we see his numbers because they don't have anything on the sleeves, and the face-off's won by the Barons. But quickly given back to the Gators, playing a little bit of ping-pong along the boards. They finally work it into the zone and quickly cleared out and touched by someone on the bench.
Everyone's leaning over early on. Everyone's got lots of energy, lots of excitement, lots of standing up.
It's funny because I've played hockey myself, not in an official league, but like pick-up hockey for the most part. And when we're on the bench, we're not usually that excited. And over the thing, we are gasping for air. So there's no fear of us getting a stick or a hand in the way when the puck comes in. But players in these games are all up. They want to be in it. They want to get back on the ice. Face-off again, controlled by the Barons in their own zone. Bringing it up to the blue line, not out. Back in by the Gators. Sent it back into the corner now where the Barons are going to pick it up. Nobody really maintaining a lot of control, but the Gators able to keep the zone pressure going. Long shot in, blocked. Quick shot in, bouncing rebound. It's there for a chance. Sent back on the front. Carried back around behind the net. Hard to see the numbers with the green and black jerseys. Barons, I was going to say, Barons come away with it on the half boards, but send it back in deep. Gators keep that pressure up. Pass out front and a shot, and a nice glove save there by the unknown goalie because we still have not seen his number.
Terrific save by the goaltender for the Barrington Barons, and we will have to see if we can find that. A great opportunity, the first real good opportunity early in the game, just the first minute. Certainly the Gators throwing some good pressure early on in the game.
Yeah, Barons win that face-off and go around behind their net. If we're lucky, the crew would be nice to us and take the shot from the low camera and give us a back shot of that jersey. It looks like number 6, Devin Nickerson, in net for the Barons. Barons get it back up to the blue line, but not out. Sent back in by the Gators, but now carried out again by the Barons. Dumping it in finally to the offensive zone. They will chase. Bounce comes right out front of the net, but able to clear. Sent up along the half boards out the center, but misses the headman pass. Tyler Foster sends it back in. Going to go behind the net now. And they're going to be freezing that. I was going to say Josh Langell, but Josh played last night. So Cameron Gould freezes that one for them now.
Gould decided to play that one. On the first one, he wanted his defenseman to take it instead. And his defenseman got there in time, but just in time. And a little tricky. A little closer than we would have wanted.
Everyone's a little eager and excited when that puck comes in. The goalie might want to freeze it. The defenseman wants to get it out. And no one, if you're not meshing well, especially early in the game, you're not sure who's going to take control of that one. But always let the goalie make that decision. Gators have it now at center ice. D-to-D man pass goes a little wide. They're going to retreat into their own end. Barons give pressure. The pass is blocked initially, but gets out. Number 7, Cameron Cooks has it, carries it in the offensive zone. Passes up to Gavin Howard, who loses control, so it goes back to Crooks. Crooks brings it out front, but lost. Ron O'Callahan picks it up in the corner. Battling for it along the half boards. It goes back to Callahan, who sends it around for his D partner, Kieran O'Connor, who sends it up to center ice and clear, but right back to the Gators.
Once again, good pressure by the Gators. Are able in even strength right now to control a lot of the play. Cycling along with a change right now, but it seems like the next wave comes on and they just continue the same pressure.
Yeah, no, it's a good cycle, but they're not having any kind of offensive chances. We got 3 shots to 1 right now in favor of the Gators. but they're not maintaining a decent zone control. They have the puck, and it's usually in the offensive end, but they're not generating a lot with it. So right now the Gators retreat back in their own end. DDD pass behind the net. Going back against some constant pressure. Barons pick it up, but a good pinch there to keep him off the puck, be able to get anything dangerous out of it. And they're able to clear the zone at the center ice. 2-on-2, dump in. Goalie comes out for a tap to give it to his defensive man, Tegan Scott. Sends it up along the half boards out to the captain now, number 19, Jude Greenwood. Comes in with speed, past the D. Good stick work. He's drawn a penalty on that one. Going to be at least a hook. And that's what the call is.
Yes, excellent work there. He carried a lot of speed, went hard to his left. Defense literally had not much they could do but actually do something to try to haul him down or slow him up illegally. In this case, it likely is a hook. As you see in the replay here, you see he carries really good speed going down there, has a great opportunity. There's one, there's two, and by the time the third hook happened, Ryan O'Callaghan, number 16, Colton Balzer, is in the box for the Gators.
Yeah, no, it was a great effort, and Jude's had some great speed through this tournament. And, again, he split the D. If the D wasn't moving already with him, they had to hustle and get back. So we talk about good penalties and bad penalties to take, and sometimes you've just got to take that hook and hope that your defense can save you on the power play.
Great opportunity there. Good forecheck by the Gators. They're able to slip that in front. Chipped right into the goaltender, but a nice positional play by the goaltender, Devin Nickerson. I guess we probably wouldn't have been that far off in a Barrington team to call anyone Nickerson if we really were in a pinch.
There are more than a few of them on this roster at a glance. I'm looking at maybe 5 or 6. So there must be a lot of family watching their kids play today, and a whole lot of the Nickerson clan enjoying the game. Barons win the face-off, bring it out to the half boards for Jagger Kane. He brings it out through center. Dumps it into the zone and gives chase. Picks up his own dump in on the corner. Good pressure by the Gators, not allowing them to set up. Number 22, Cole Nickerson, sends it back in, but it gets cleared out all the way and down.
Good defensive coverage there by the Gators, able to keep them to the outside, not let Barrington establish much of an offensive threat so far in the power play. And when they do get the puck, find that open lane and clear it down. Yeah,
both teams are trying to kind of find their own momentum right now, not really meshing with a lot of passes. A single man skating, you're going to see a little bit of action, but they're not necessarily making the small, smart plays yet.
It's early in the game.
Oh, absolutely. But that cohesion will come as it goes. You just hope that you don't make a mistake in the meantime. Gators have the puck now. Try to send it out to center ice, but that's picked off. Barron sent it back in deep as they go for a change. Down along the half boards, Derek McCarthy sends it back towards the line. Gets clearing out for number 10, Shane Wyatt. Controls it there at center ice. Dekes out a man, but loses it. Gets shot back at the center ice. Short-handed now. Number 12, Jared Finney comes in, trying to buy some time for his team as they go for a shift. Barron's pick it up again. Cross-ice pass. Kind of lost in his feet there. Gets dragged into the zone. Takes a big hit. Gets back up and continues that battle along the board. Sends it back to the D-man. Long shot in. Bounces. Kick to the corner by, that was Gould. I keep wanting to go right to Langell. Battle for it along the boards. Penalties off now, so it's back to 5-on-5. Gators come away with it, or Barons come away with it out front. Wraparound chance misses. 2 bags away and it goes wide. Gators try and clear it all the way out. Doesn't get it to the blue line. They dump it back into the corner. Gators control again. A little bit of desperation just trying to get out of the zone. Barons keep that pressure up. Finally comes to the blue line. Gators able to get it out. Barons, though, collect it back at their blue line.
Best opportunity of the power play happened 5 seconds after the power play was over. A great opportunity for the Barons to score that first goal. Couldn't quite find the net.
Yeah, no, right down low, banging away at it, trying to get that bounce going their way, but good positioning by Gould, not allowing them to get any kind of room in tight and unable to bang it home. Barons, though, not done. A wide shot from the half boards, kicked away by Gould into the corner. Gators come up with it, try to clear out, intercepted, sent all the way back in. Number 5, Tanner Bateman, is still down there, so he had a chance down low, but couldn't collect the puck. Comes back to the blue line and sent back in deep by the Barons. And now the Barons are really setting up that zone control and a lot of pressure like they did yesterday in their game.
It looks like the power play allowed them to actually find that switch that they needed. They're a little hesitant at the beginning of the game. The power play allowed them to establish some offensive pressure, and that's continued on into the even strength.
Yeah, no, when you're allowed to settle up in the box like that and get some passes, the Gators now break out. I got to interrupt my own train of thought. Oh, a pass, or the shot just goes wide. Might have gotten a piece off the stick there, but it comes all the way out to center ice. Number 5, Tanner Bateman has it, working, I would say, not with speed, but with determination down in the corner. Loses the puck, Goes back to the blue line. Shot back in for Bateman. He's going to pick it up. It gets redirected out front, but the Gould is going to freeze it there.
Great opportunity for Gould there. You'll see here on the replay.
I'm hoping this is the scoring chance down low.
Yes, it was. I think there was.
Oh, yeah, the wraparound, he just couldn't pull the trigger around the corner, and they banged at it. Goes wide.
Yeah, good lateral movement there by Gould, able to go back and forth and actually make that first save and then laterally get over to his left to make the second rebound save as well.
Yeah, and that wraparound was there. All he had to do was bring that stick around the corner with momentum, and it was there. Icing waved off. Gators going to give chase, but Barons will come away with it. Another scrimmage down now behind the net. Comes out for the Barons. Headman pass goes off his stick back to the Gators, and now D pass at center ice. Waiting for the men to set up on the offside. Send it in, comes right back out, but now they are offside again. They reset, giving the Barons a chance to collect it in their end. Sent back out to center ice by the Barons and the Gators. A little bit of ping-pong tennis going on here. No one really wants to take control, and frozen by Nickerson. Well, I can't just say Nickerson, but I suppose the goalie Nickerson, so everyone will know which one that is.
That time, the goaltender looking to get a change because both teams have been on the ice for a little bit of time, and this allowed them to actually make that change and get some fresh legs on the ice and allow them to actually start.
Yeah, don't mind me. I'm doing some technical assistance in the meantime. Multitasking. Barons come away with it along the half boards out to center ice. They don't have the numbers right now as the Gators collapse back with strength, so the Barons have to dump it into the far corner and give chase. Number 17, Derek McCarthy, has got help from Shane Wyatt down there in the corner. They come away with it. Gators bang away with it and stop him. This goes back to the blue line for 13. Tegan Scott sends it back in behind the net while Jaden Link gives chase, but the Gators come away with it now. Gavin Howard sends it up. Two-man break here. Wide open chance, but the pass too far ahead of the man, Cameron Crooks. He still has control of it behind the net, sends it out front, but a quick shot by Howard sends it wide and goes all the way down the ice into their defensive end. Number 19, Jude Greenwood with speed again. He gets to that puck and rifles one on net from a bad angle. Get her a chance out of that one. But
great positional goaltending there by Gould. Knew he had nothing to do but make sure he had the short side covered and steered it aside. But great speed once again by Greenwood.
Yeah, no, Jude Greenwood had burst-out speed all through this tournament, and if you do not pick up on when he's on the ice, he has a great chance of getting behind you if you're not careful. Gators now have it a chance for it in the offensive end, but the Barons will come away, send it back to the blue line as the Gators dump it back down behind the net. Shane Wyatt will give chase to that one in the corner. Tries to send it up along the half boards. Decides to plow the man who has the puck. Chance out front for the Gators. Quick shot goes wide. Back into the corner. Shane Wyatt down there packing against Beiser. Puck pinned now against the boards. Jake Whiston. Yeah, Whiston down there. I thought I missed the letter. They're just getting pushed all the way to the blue line. It's like a snowplow down there.
A rugby scrum being pushed forward.
The fans getting a bit of a chuckle. Bouncing puck out front. Chance goes high over the net. I've seen some big kids making some big pushes today, but that was pretty interesting because the two Barons players were just plowing the one Gator all the way back to the blue line. If he wasn't going to let the puck go, we'll just take you outside ourselves.
In the last couple of minutes, the Gators have had some great opportunities and either fired wide or there's been some nice defensive work, team defensive work by the Barons to get a stick on it. Because really in the slot, one-timer opportunities that were right there. One pass was a little too far in front. Another pass was right there, but the shot was wide. This one, the puck was on edge, and it went over the net. Tough work there by the Gators, but unable to put one in.
Yeah, and another couple chances there, but what's happening right now is the Gators are having troubles working with that dirty ice. You got a bouncing puck, you've had one-timer chances out front, but they've been unable to settle that shot and get the quality chance. Big shot wound up from the point now, gets blocked by the defenseman there. Shot on, saved, whistle, and he was not certain he had that one, which may have fallen behind him, but he collects it up, and face-off will be to his left.
He was doing the old looky-loo. Is it under my pads? Is it between my legs? Did it go over my pads? But he found it.
I totally got that right. I'm looking. Please don't be behind me. Please don't be behind me.
I know I've got this puck.
Face-off goes the Barons' way. They think they circle behind their net, but it's quickly stolen by the Gators. Sent it out to the opposite corner now as they collect. Sent to the man out front, and the last chaser still there. The puck rambling in the blue paint. Barons able to finally clear it to the half boards on the far side. Gator tries to come in and pinch, but it gets away from him. Fortunately enough, the Barron headman pass goes wide, and he was not there, so no break. Goalie's just going to hold on to it. The referee would have liked him to drop it. There was no one nearby, but finally a Gator showed up, and he got the whistle he wanted.
Yeah, a little more lenient and things like that. Sometimes if it happens a lot, the referee will either yell play it or go off and at least have a conversation with the goaltender and say there was lots of time to play that puck.
If there's nobody around, the referee wants you to play the puck. You can't just be like, oh, I caught it. Can we get a whistle now? So if the Gator player had not encroached, then the referee would have probably told him, drop it and play it. Barron's now with a break. Trailing man has some help here. Pass out front goes behind him. Off his skate and across the blue line. Both D-man kind of thought the other guy was going to get it. Great chance there, negated by a little bit of a misstep. Gators almost bring it back into the offensive end. Bounces around at center ice. And that's the captain there, June Greenwood. Picks it up and brings it into the offensive end, but it gets cleared out. They're offside now and have to reset. Gators have time to collect on their own end. Defensive pass behind the net. Another D-to-D man pass. Nobody kind of skating up in the center ice, though, with a pass off the boards. Number 12, Finney, carries it into the offensive end. All the way down to the corner, tries to send it out front, goes off the side post behind the net, so no real threat there. You just hear the ting either way. Gators have it along the boards. Barons with a physical push to take his man off. And they get it out and clear, but right back to the Gators at center ice. Ooh, and a big swing there by Atwood trying to take out the man who saw it coming and dodged. Nice tap-in long pass, so no icing there. They're going to get a full shift. The Barons get some fresh legs on the ice. While number 24, was that 24? Oh, yeah, the written down. I'm like, that's not on my roster list. Justin Smith, a handwritten note at the bottom here, was down there, the only man giving pressure, who has the puck now. Takes a big hit, knocked on his back there, but the pass goes forward anyway, picked up by number 4, Tylen Foster, as he carries it into the offensive end.
Smith, good effort there by Smith, who knew he was going to get hit, took the hit anyways, but was able to forward that pass and actually create at least an attempt at a scoring opportunity for the Barons.
Yeah, no, he took the hit, but the puck and momentum kept going forward for them, so, the teamwork picked that up and carried it along. Barons cleared that off the boards at the center ice, almost hits the headman pass there. Gators, a bit of a collision at center ice between Foster and Cameron. Cameron getting the worst of that one. Gators dump it in behind the net as Nickerson comes out to play it himself. Gators unable to clear again. They're going to pick it up along the half boards, and a rifle slap shot gets out as the linesman there doesn't look at anything other than protecting himself.
Number 20, Cameron Nickerson said, I need a change.
Yeah,
and I know the easiest way to get that change.
I'm still not used to that, calling the junior A games. You know that icing is a bad decision. Don't just send the puck. But at this league, you send the puck, you still are allowed to make that change. So it's a heads-up play at this league level to know that, look, if you're tired, you're in trouble, send it, and you can get a line change going.
Yeah, it's just a face-off.
Yep,
you're not still tired on the ice. It's not junior A or NHL rules. It's just, there's no penalty to it.
Yeah, no, there's no drawback, especially if you're in your own end anyway. The puck's already there, so send it, you get a face-off, you get to reset. And if you've got a strong face-off guy, then you're comfortable with that. Nice battle for it down along the boards now in the corner. Barons look to come away with it. They send it to the other side. Gators give chase and almost come away with it themselves, but Barons get it and clear out. 2-on-2 chance with a break here. It looks like Jagger Kane. Nope, that was Shane Wyatt who carries it into the offensive end. Gators have it for a minute. A lot of high stick tapping as two players are battling out front of the net. Battle for it comes all the way out. Gators have a chance for a 2-on-1, and it does get by. We get a breakaway chance. Pass out front. Huge glove save by Nickerson. Battles that one off in close. That's the best chance the Gators have had all day.
Excellent chance from right in front of the net. A beautiful pass to get it in front. The shot underway. Good glove and/or pad save by Nickerson, and Nickerson kept the Gators off the score sheet there with probably the best save of the game.
Yeah, no, shots 11-10 now in favor of the Gators, but that was the most dangerous chance on kind of a busted play at center ice where the Gators were able to just kind of push that puck past the D-man at the line and then generate a chance wide open in front of the cage. Pass by the Barons given back to the Gators at center ice, but big hit there disrupts that play. Gators send it back into the offensive end where the Gators take some chances here and clear it out to center ice. Banging away at it goes to Jude Greenwood. Passes over to number 2, Kieran O'Connor, who just dumps it in. Number 5, Tanner Bateman gives chase now, tries to apply some pressures. The Gators try and clear their zone. Comes to the half wall, but the the Barons keep it in. Battling for it down there is number 11, Sam Nichols. Goes out front, number 2, winds up. Huge shot. Kicked wide. I can't see the goalie's name because my partner's elbow is on it. Cameron Gould. No worries, man. Puck goes, finally clears the zone. Barron's going to get it at center ice and send it right back in, though. Gators will pick it up there as the Barons try and get a line change. Number 17, Gavin Howard, picks it up and then drops it off. Cameron Cooks has it down in the corner looking for an open man, but he's swarmed there himself, so it's going to be a scrimmage along the boards. Comes back out to center ice. Barons pick it up and clear. Nice pass off the boards, trying to split the D, but the D-man does a good job of interfering without drawing a penalty. Gators now have it in the offensive end. A nice spin move, gets behind the D. Oh, and a beautiful pass that goes right in front of the cage, but unable to get some lumber on it as the Barons player tied him up.
Terrific work there by number 13, Tegan Scott, tying up that stick in front of the net, certainly taking away a great scoring opportunity.
Yeah, you would not have expected a scoring chance to come from that play where the spin was happening off to the side, but he just blindly sent it out front, and the man was there, but a good defensive tie-up took away that chance, and that could have been dangerous.
And right at the end of the period as well, you hate those goals at the end.
Oh, I don't know if he knew how little time was on the clock on that one. I thought he was going to drive to the net and try and bang it home, and a little bit of an extra shove from the Gators, sending him back on his way to the bench, and he's looking back, wondering what that was for. We're going to have, I'm assuming, a brief break because we had a flood in the second and third on the previous game. So both teams are going to have to work with the dirty ice now here in the second period before they get a chance to play on the clean one to wrap this game up, which could make it an exciting finish.
Shots on net 13-11 in favor of the Barons over the Gators. And I think the shots on net in this case, a lot of times it isn't. In this case, I think it is very indicative of the play. Both teams have had stretches where they've controlled some of the play. Both teams have had great opportunities to score. Both goaltenders have come up with saves. One really, really big one down on by Nickerson, by Nickerson of the Barrington Barons, especially right in front of the net. So it really, really was a terrific save. In other occasions, it's really been some good team defense on either side, both defensively in front of both of those nets where opportunities might have existed, except that some good defensive work by players of both teams, the Gators and the Barons, are able to take away scoring opportunities that looked like they were going to avail themselves but never really materialized.
And, of course, Jude Greenwood's speed is one of those things that has broken a lot of chances for the Barons. And a lot of the Gators' chances have been those transition ones. They haven't had a lot of good zone control chances where they set at the box and get shots on net. But it's been the broken transition that have allowed the Gators to get those chances on kind of a 2-on-2 kind of break setup. So here we are at the start of the second period. The Gators do win the face-off, send it back to the D-man, and then back up through center ice. Comes back to them. The Barons now kind of swarming or trapping center ice, not allowing the Gators to get any kind of momentum into the zone. So, again, that transition game will be important for the Gators to get their scoring chances. Gators get it out and clear. It looks like it's going to come all the way down for icing. Barely makes the legs there, and it will come all the way back to the Barons' end.
You got to be careful, too, because the defender there for the Gators certainly wasn't going all out for that puck, hoping for the icy call, and he got it.
Well, I was worried about that. The puck was a bit kind of slow on its legs, thinking with the dirty ice, of course, like, am I going to get here? Am I going to get here? And the player was like, oh, yeah, that's totally icing. I'm just not in a hurry to get there. Barons win that face-off back behind their own net now. Gators, though, quick to apply pressure. Barons, it looks like they're going to come away with it, but the Gators, again, pressure sends it right back behind the net. Gators now have control. Man out front. Pass. Goes off his stick. Not able to get a full shot on it. Kind of whiffs on it. Barons get control again. But Gators now applying that zone pressure, what they need to have to try to build some momentum. Does clear the... Oh, go ahead.
No, good. I was just going to say, follow up. Great opportunity there for the Gators. And as you said, they haven't created a lot of opportunities like that. Just unable to actually get that good shot away right in that great area, too. Right in front of the net in the slot. And couldn't come away with anything. What
we're finding, especially with the Barons in this tournament, is they are very well at clogging up that center ice zone where the rebounds or second chances are bound to happen. And when the shooter is in there and the puck comes towards them, that stick is tied up. They're not allowed to get away clean, and that saved them from a lot of dangerous chances. The Gators are trying to set up that shot, but the Barons just won't let them have it. So now we got a nice one-on-one chance as the Gator breaks in, but again, blocked high, kicked wide to the corner. Barons are going to come away with it. Looks like the Gators were in the middle of a change, but now they have some pressure in the deep end. Tried to send out front, but again, that lane clogged by the Barons. Big hit thrown there by a Gator. Number 15, I think Jaden Link took the worst end of that one.
Looking back for that pass, didn't have his head forward or on a swivel.
Yeah, and he got up and he wanted to. The puck was coming towards him again, but instead of playing that, he wanted to get the retaliation hit in. So finally gets up and sends it into the Gators' end. Gators come away with it easily and send it all the way down the ice. This will probably be icing. Nobody in a hurry from the Barons' end to catch up to that one either.
If it works for one side, it should work for both.
Yeah, no. And here we have a big replay of that one. Nice solid shot, clean hit. Shoulder to the chest. That's the kind of hits that you want to see. And good solid contact. Took him right out of that play.
Although you really have to be careful, especially at this level with size differences of players. It can be an unintentional hit that just because of size ends up being head contact. And head contact penalties called so frequently and normally of the 4-minute variety.
Yeah, no. Nice pass or an attempted pass out front. Looks to be a shot on now. And I was going to say from the size differential, you look at players like in the NHL with the Zdeno Chara and Evander Kane hit. I mean, one is like a gentle giant, and Evander Kane is a small guy. It's hard to throw any kind of hit without making it become head contact. So a lot of the players at this league level, you don't see the shorter players, kind of huge contrast. But when players are leaning forward for that puck or trying to reach out, that's when that danger level is there, and the kids have to know when to pull up. So the Gators now had control in the offensive end. The Barons are going to come away with it. But the Gators win it right back, and a nice pass to the headman there as he steps in. Barons crowd the front of the net. No one's going to get an open pass there. Gators have to bring it into the corner. Scrum ensues there. Comes back to the blue line for the Gators, who hits this man in the open, but now that generates an extra chance, but it loses the handle of it. Goes to the corner there. That was an unintentional great pass off his back. Gators again have a chance here. Barons swarming the player, not allowing them to set up, and that's been a strong defense for the Barons.
And it speaks to good coaching by the Barons for that team defense and how everyone gets back to help out.
Big wind up there, low shot, kicked away. Comes right back to the Gators defenseman at the blue line, Tanner Bateman. Tries to send it in deep, but doesn't get all the way out, and the Barons are like, no, we need a line change. It was tipped, so no icing either way. They have to go all the way down for the long change. Big headman pass down to number 16. That's Colton Balzer, who comes away with it in the center, passes over to the open man with the bouncy puck, unable to settle. Chance there, in tight, straight into the chest of the Barons goalie. Kicked away to the corner. That was some great momentum there for the Gators, and quality chance right in front.
Yeah, the Gators are going to want to do more with that opportunity than fire a really hard shot into the goaltender's chest.
And defensive play, the man lays out. I think that's number 16, Ryan O'Callahan. Or am I looking in the wrong sheet? Wrong sheet. Colton Balzer again dove down to try and disrupt that play, but with the sweep of the stick, took out the skates of the Barons player, and that's going to draw him too.
10:42 to go in the second period. A great opportunity for somebody to finally crack the score sheet in this game. Goaltenders have been making some good saves. And unfortunately for the Gators, for Central Kings, in these last couple of minutes, they've been doing a lot of, they've been bouncing around and doing quite well in the Barons' end, creating some opportunities, allowing to get some shots on net, but unable once again to put one in.
Yeah, no, it's been tough. Go ahead and carry for a sec.
Quick face-off after that. We got a face-off deep in the Gator zone. Once again, a great opportunity for the Gators to try to get on that score sheet right away. Check that. The Barons.
Oh, big shot, bounces off a few bodies. Almost a seeing eye puck. Sees the low corner, but just goes wide by maybe a puck width. Big shot from the point there. Barons really want to take this opportunity now to take that first lead. You didn't want to be the guy on the team that made the first mistake. So now we've got this power play for the Barons. Long shot in, doesn't miss. It doesn't connect with the tip man in front. Goes all the way to the half boards. Gators try and push it out. Stop there at the line. Big hit, but the pass is already made. Oh, he looks hurt though. Might have been some head contact. There's no hand up. So, but he's definitely shaken up. That's number 5 for
Tanner Bateman.
Tanner Bateman, yeah, he's definitely shook up. He's onto the bench now. Thankfully, someone's coming to take his place. Barons have it up high, unable to get a shot in. Good pressure challenge from the Gators players. Goes deep down in the corner and behind the net where the Barons pick it up. Looking for an open man out front. No one's there. Sends it up to the blue line. Sends it back in along the half boards. Gators press. Open puck there, but the Barons come away with it again. Challenge down low. Pass tries to be sent out front, but that's going to be picked up by the Gators and cleared out wide.
Really just a wild attempt there. He was kind of in no man's land, wondering what to do with the puck, so he decided I'll just throw it out in front and see what happens, and nothing really good happened in that sense. Some possessional play, but not able to get any real shots on net, circling right around the outside, and Barrington looking to do better in the last quarter of the power play.
Yeah, no, I'm looking to the Barons bench to see how Bateman is doing. He was definitely shaken up. I don't know if it was a stinger, he just got the wind knocked out of him, but he was able to get to the bench under his own power and get some fresh legs on the ice. No trainer down there, no one's paying attention to him, so he seems to be okay, just trying to collect himself. Barons now have a chance in low, but the Gators swarm him. Comes back to the blue line, long shot in, tipped on. Bouncing puck and corralled by the Gators defenseman right to the goalie. Looks like another Baron player slow to get up, number 17, Derek McCarthy.
Once again, good positional goaltending by Gould. The shot wasn't going in, so you're just looking to be big, take the lower half of the net away, and any little deflections are probably going to come that way. Make sure the 5 holes closed up. He did that and was able to actually easily get that puck as it just goes harmlessly off of his pad, and then he covers it up with a whistle.
Yeah, while we were covering that, the replay of that hit came on. Oh, and the open man comes out of the box. Great chance here for the Gators. Nice defensive back check, but the rebound comes out high. Shot kicked to the corner now. The Barons pick it up. Gators swarming now with the extra man back, or the even man back on the ice. But the Barons players finally clear, and they'll send it in deep. No icing, which gives the Barons a chance for a breather. And I was about to say the hit was replayed on the big screen while you were talking, and it looked like he just didn't see it coming. So, when he went down, it kind of knocked the wind out of him, and he was shook up because it was not a hit he expected.
And those are ones you do recover from. You just need that couple of minutes on the bench to get a hold of yourself.
Yeah, your body's not prepared for it, so if you get dumped down on the ice like that, you can lose your win. So
combination of the hit and then combination of it hitting the ice.
Yeah, no, it's kind of a double whammy. Clearing shot by the Barons doesn't make it out, hits his own man at the blue line. Gators press back in. They try and set up the box now, but the pass is picked off by the Barons out to center ice. That is Tanner Bateman back in the play, so clearly he's recovered, but goes offside as the puck hits one of the Gators on the way in, and the faceoff will come just outside the zone.
We're halfway through the second period. Shots on net remain all knotted up at 15 apiece. The score is 0-0 as well, and I think once, as I said after the first period, it is indicative. Each team is getting opportunities. It's not like the opportunities don't exist. A lot of good team defense stopping opportunities to happen. Some good opportunities are getting through, and goaltenders have been up to the task. It's been a very even game, and we expect it to continue to be that. Two
good teams, both, like you said, champions in their own division in the last championships. But the Barons have a stronger zone presence game going on, and the Gators are trying to get that transitional chance. So they've got to generate more chances in the zone control. Big hit there by Bateman, throwing down the player at the blue line. Gators had control in the offensive end, but the Barons will now clear with that disruption. Number 8, I'm looking at both sheets again. Nolan Atwood almost had a chance for a break there, but the Gators bring it back in. Long pass way too far ahead of the headman as Bateman picks it up, tries to send it out along the boards, but doesn't get it clear. D-man sends it back in from the blue line behind the net as the Gators try and get a cycle going, but the Gators pick it up. Barons again back in the corner, a little bit tired right now, and finally get out and clear. That will be icing, so the faceoff will come right back down, but I don't think the Barons care because they are tired.
Long changes in the second period, and that makes it very difficult when you get hemmed in your own zone. Occasionally when you're hemmed in on the first or third period, you can at least get 1 or 2 bodies out. In a case like this, when you've got the long change in the second period, it is very difficult if you're hemmed in to do anything but ice the puck in order to get some fresh skates on the ice.
Yeah, no.
There it is!
Yeah, go for it.
No, it was right there for both of us. Quick opportunity off the face-off. We talk about team defense. In that case, that centerman not taken out of the play after the face-off, jumps right into it, slides it across for an easy goal. I saw a very similar goal last game, and here we see the replay.
Yeah, no, quick face-off and a quick move to challenge straight towards the net. Winger right there. Easy tap in. Defenseman just doesn't pick him up, and that's a set play. The forward or the centerman takes that face-off past the line, and everyone kind of charges the net. That was a wide open chance. The Gators, who looked to be kind of floundering early in the period, come away with the first lead of this game. and now have the advantage going forward.
A set play, but a set play that requires a defensive lapse twice. Once from the winger not being covered going to the net, and once from the center not taking out the other person taking the face-off.
And that was a dangerous pass that went right through the blue paint, almost right along the goal line, untouched through. Gators get a little defensive reset here and remind themselves, hey, we've still got a lot of hockey to play. That goal does not win us the game because the Barons are coming back in force. Gators now come away with it in their own end. Finally, a headman pass up. Gators have a chance to come away with numbers here, 3-on-2. Carried it into the offensive zone as he goes wide, challenged by the defenseman. Puck goes in behind the net. No open man out in front right now. Barons, again, properly swarming that center ice area. Puck goes into the corner. Barons have numbers in the scrum, 3-on-2 down there. Finally, the extra man comes in for the Gators. We have no idea where the puck is right now because it's buried in there in a mass of bodies. Gators come away with it, send it back to the blue line. Long wrist shot in, stopped. Second chance, actually gets a whack at it there. Gators come away with it behind the net. Another scrum will ensue. One of the Gators have lost their stick, so that'll tip the balance towards the Barons' end, who finally come away with it and send it up the center ice. It looks like number 11, Jagger Kane with it, tries to split the D while his entire team goes for a change. Bad change as they come away with it now, 2-on-none. Wide open chance, and a beautiful shot, top corner. And that puts the Gators up by 2.
Acknowledgement, you have to know where you are on the ice. You have to know you were stuck in your own end. When Kane had the puck in the neutral zone, it is not time for the 1-on-4 heroics. It is time to dump it in deep and get changed yourself. He didn't do that. As a result, Barrington caught with a bad change, and you see the result right here as the player comes in, takes a look, top shelf, beautiful scoring opportunity, and a beautiful finish.
I was worried that he was going to go in kind of too deep on his own because he had that open help. All they had to do was force the goalie to kind of make a decision and leave those gaps. But he came in tight, wrist shot high in the open corner, beautiful scorer's goal. And now the Gators, who, like I said, were kind of behind themselves early in the game and the period, now have a dominant 2-goal lead.
Both teams, though, still getting lots of opportunities to score. It's not like we're seeing one of those games where there's no shots on net and no opportunities and we're just watching ping-pong hockey in the neutral zone. Everything's really going back and forth, and people are getting opportunities. 2 goals, certainly not insurmountable, especially with just 5 minutes to go in the second period.
Oh, no, absolutely. I mean, it's not like it's the earlier games that we saw yesterday with like a 4 or 5 goal differential, and you needed to have a +2 goal to get into this game. This one is an easy hill to climb, but you can't get out of your own play. Gators now on the defensive as the Barons bring it into the offensive zone. Long shot, kick to the corner. Goes in behind the net. The referee there is a bit swarmed. He's going to get out of the way. Barons come away with it. The big physical players on the Barons helping win a lot of those battles. Gators try and throw it at the blue line. Finally do. Kind of a 1-on-2, but he's got trailing help if he gets some speed. Going to the center. Shot on, easily saved, and frozen there. Physical play, a little bit picking up behind the net, though, a little bit of extracurriculars.
And we haven't seen much of that in this game, which is fine. You don't really need it at this level. It's just going to create a parade at the penalty box that is really not going to be helpful for anybody. You're looking to stay in this game. And I guess it depends on the type of game you play or the type of team game you play. Some people need that physicality in order to create the offensive pressure.
That too, but also nobody wants to be the first guy to send that parade to the box. So the frustration levels in a 0-0 game, you're playing smart hockey. And once now that the one team has taken the lead, now that frustration will start to boil over. Gators, their dangerous chance from the Barons. Oh, and a bit of a slash by 10. I don't know if he got his stick on the goalie there, but the Gators were unhappy with that.
Yeah, that'll always cause a bit of a rush towards your goaltender when something like that happens. The whistle had not blown when he was swinging, but the puck also was not there to be hit.
Yeah.
So, back in the old-time hockey, they'd say, swing until the whistle's blown. But that's not really the way it goes anymore.
Yeah, no. And like I was saying, when it's a 0-0 game, that frustration's not there. It's don't be the first to make a mistake.
Yeah.
But now that the Gators, like I said, have pulled ahead, the frustration of the Barons, who have been unable to score to this point, is going to start to manifest, and those extra hits, maybe a little bit extra slashing, that's going to form. So if the Gators keep their heads in the game, they'll be able to take advantage of the undisciplined play. And a big hit there by the Gators, disrupting that one as the puck goes all the way to the offensive end. Another big hit, knocking down number 11, Jagger Kane. So the Gators have showed up, and then a retaliatory hit after Gators player dumped the puck, so the physical play will pick up, and both sides need to play clean here.
And that last one would have been the interference penalty because the puck was not there.
Well, the retaliatory hit, I'll cover that later. Huge break now is a bad change. 16 comes in and tries to beat him on stick side, but it goes off the stick and high.
Shaft of the stick, too.
Yeah, shaft of the stick, and it was kind of a nice scoring opportunity, but he had help. It was a 3-on-none practically at that point, so a little bit eager on the trigger. He could have waited a little bit, had some patience. The goalie was out strong, challenging way outside the blue paint, and if he had waited a little bit, sent it to the other side, that could have been a greater chance. But, the retaliatory hit that I was talking about, the player had just passed the puck, so he had been involved in the play. Borderline, yes, but he had at least had control of it. If he had just gotten up and tried to hit him out of frustration, clearly interference, but the play had been there, and the referees decided it was clean enough. Long shot in for the blue line, goes wide, nobody able to get a tip on it. Gators unable to clear the initial chance, but finally do get it out to center ice. Barron's slow to clear the zone. I don't know. I was going to say I didn't know if he was going to change or what, but that's number 5 again. Tanner Bateman picks it up at center ice and tries to dump it in deep. Nolan Atwood gives chase. Gators.
Not that aggressive there.
No, that was like mostly passive, just kind of drifting to the puck. No one really wanted the challenge or move on it. I don't know if their frustration is setting in or just a little bit too tired. There are some bigger guys on this team, and they will skate a little slower if they're winded. Gators bring it in. Long wrist shot kicked low and wide into the corner.
Good rebound control there. Steering that puck into the corner, getting it out of the front of the net.
Yeah, no, and those are the low shots that you want to take. Usually you'll take those when the guy is streaking towards center or the high slot, waiting for that rebound, the kick out, but a low shot will also get it in deep. Barons try and get out and clear, finally do, but the Gators pick it up at center ice and send it right back in. A little bit of a Pele move to try and hold on to it, but the Gators pick it up, and a lot of the Barons now are just trying physical play. They're not even playing the puck. If a Gator picks up that puck, that we are going to hit you is basically the mentality they're playing against right now.
And I'm not sure that's going to work because all we've seen so far with that is it's created chances for the Gators. And as you said, the Gators with the 2-0 lead, and that lead the Barons cannot let that lead keep going. They have to score the next goal.
Yeah, no. If the Gators come up with a third unanswered goal, set this up in a way, you're going to find the Barons even more frustrated and outside of their own play style. We were on the last game for the Barons last night. It was a great game. It was a close game, and they played great hockey. But what's happening now where they're playing from behind, because I believe, according to CJ yesterday, the Barons have not played this tournament from behind. So now here in the championship, they're down 2, and this is unencountered territory for them, and they're playing frustrated.
And rightly so, and that frustration is a result of some really good play by the Central Kings Gators.
No, the Gators definitely have earned their place in this tournament, in their championship game, and are cementing that with a 2-goal lead against the Barons who, like we've said, have not played from behind. Gators now chase after that puck down low. A good chance out front. Goalie there did not know which side it was on, and the shooter had the initial open shot but passed across, and they were just unable to pull the trigger. Gators sent it back to the blue line, but unable to hold on to that hot pass. Finally do, but it is offside. They're going to have to reset now, allowing the Barons to get a chance to collect themselves in the offensive end, or their defensive end, sorry. Go ahead.
That was Cole Bates at the side of the net, and it looked like he was intent on making that cross-ice pass. Goaltender in the middle of the net, he could have just shot it.
Yeah,
the short side was there.
The short side was there, wide open. It was like he had decided, like you said, in advance.
Predetermined, I'm making this pass.
Need to pass this, and then looking at it, it's like, oh my God, I should have shot, but then made the pass anyway. Barons get it up through center ice into the offensive end, but the Gators quickly swarm him and carry it back out to center ice. Kicked ahead to the Gators defenseman, who bounces it off the boards and out to center ice again. Gators pick it up. Linesman blows a tire behind the play. Everyone's going to get a little chuckle about that. Long shot in, saved there by the Barons goalie, Devin Nickerson, and a face-off will come to his left.
Isn't there a special container of money in the referee's room whenever somebody like that happens? Or maybe it's just if it's on air.
They do have their own little kind of jar for when someone takes a shot or goes down or anything like that. And usually Jeff will help cover that when we're in the Mariners games. He knows all about it since he's been on the crew and was covering most of the games yesterday where we had the mic cam for the referees all mic'd up. They're really enjoying that. Gators have the last chance here, 15 seconds left to go in the second period. Send it along the half boards down in the corner. Barron swarm over that. Looks like it's going to negate the last chance the Gators are going to have for this one. Send it to center ice, but we got a break chance here. One-on-one, number 8 for the Barons. Sent wide. Too late, though. Log shot in behind the whistle. Wouldn't have counted either way, but I don't think he knew what time was on the clock and tried to hustle to generate a chance. And again, the whistle just ran out of time.
His bench was yelling, shoot, shoot, realizing there was just a couple seconds. There wasn't enough time to make that other move, that secondary move, and then get a pass away and still have enough time to shoot. But at the end of 2 periods, we have the Central Kings Gators 2, the Barrington Barons no score. We'd like to thank everyone for joining Eastlink Community TV in association with MC Media's coverage of the NSSAF Division 2 regionals here in Yarmouth at the Yarmouth Mariner Center. We're going to take a quick break, and we will be back at the start of the 3rd period. Welcome back, hockey fans, to Eastlink Community TV in association with MC Media's continuing coverage of the Tier 2 regional playdowns of men's hockey here at the Yarmouth Mariners Center. After 2 periods, the Central Kings Gators are up ahead 2-0 over the Barrington Barons. Barrington needs to get back in this game. It has been a very even game. Central Kings has certainly got the better of the play in the second period and was able to capitalize on a couple of good opportunities. And we'll see if Barrington can actually come back here in this period. We had a great last game where it was a 3-goal comeback, so certainly not out of reach.
And here we go with the Barons playing the puck now. Long shot in, blocked, and a big chance out front. Kept it in the blue line. And here we're going to see the tale of the clean ice and which team's going to be able to come away with it. Gators send that back around the boards, and it will get out. It will go all the way down, though. It looks like it's going to be icing, so it'll come all the way back for a face-off. And we had a discussion between the periods on what side of Barrington was going to come out. Is it going to be the big physical play side, which had not been working for them through the first 2 periods? Or are they going to get back into that mental clean game of hockey where passing and the zone control were basically what generated their chances?
And time will tell, because we're really not sure. Great opportunity right off the bat. An odd man rush. Decided to take the shot. There's nothing wrong with that. The defense is supposed to be taking away the pass anyways.
Yeah, it's just one of those things where you know you're behind and you want to be the guy that puts that puck in the net. But often you've got to look for that pass as well. Even though the defenseman's trying to take that away, the goalie, forcing the goalie to move to challenge the 2 shooters is always better than the 1.
Definitely, and the goaltender coming out, as they should. That's the way they're taught as well. Defense is going to take the pass away. I have to challenge the shooter, and if you're a little too, if you're challenging a little too aggressively, then that means you're out of play for any pass that's across, and there's no way you get across.
Yeah, I know, and that's what you have to look for. You can't get that tunnel vision on the shot. Barons now finally get out of their own zone. They're going to send it in deep. They give chase, and it is going to be an icing, so it will come all the way back. But again, the Barons able to get their line change in, so some fresh legs on this fresh ice.
Expect that quite a lot here in the first few minutes. As you said, they were used to playing with dirty ice, especially in the last half of the second period. All of a sudden, we get a clean sheet. And what you thought was going to get held up or what you thought was going to be a cross-ice pass ends up being well ahead of everybody.
I'd almost use curling as an example here, but they've been playing with 2 periods of dirty ice, so you had to really send it to get your passes up there. And now with a little bit of effort, that's going all the way down. So it's just a little bit of an adjustment, but it's an adjustment that you're used to because you've played these games all through this tournament. You know you've worked with the dirty ice and the clean ice, and it's just you've got to settle in quickly and get comfortable with that so you can make those clean passes. Nice pass off from the Barons to center ice now as they try and bring it in the offensive end. Sent in deep and will chase. That's 15, Jaden Link, who goes after it. Comes back into the blue line and cleared by the Gators, who quickly swarm. D-to-D pass there. The Barons under pressure on their own end. The clearing shot off the board doesn't work. Collected up by the Gators, but loses control of it on the fresh ice. Gators with a dangerous circle out in front of the net, but carried out of the zone now as both men blow a tire. Gets back up, and the Gators send it right back into the zone. No icing there as he had it just at the red. Oh, they are going to call it. Didn't see the hand up. I looked for it.
Yes, you don't see that very often where you see both players or 2 players from either side both blowing a tire at the same time. No contact, no reason other than just losing an edge.
6 feet away from each other, and both guys just kind of out-deked each other and blew a tire. It'll happen. Rare, but it'll happen. Face off to the left of the Gators goalie here. One back by the Gators, but the Barons press in the challenge first, but aren't able to follow up. Gators going to get it out to center ice. Puck goes all the way out and clear, but sent right back in, and they're offside. They're going to have to reset, allowing the Gators time to set up in their own end. Barons quick in, they'll apply pressure again, forcing the Gators to pass quickly. No icing on that one, though, so I'm not sure if it tipped someone or got close. Barons come away with it behind their own end, up off the half board to the blue line. Gators keep it in, so the long shot, and it's tipped, redirected. And the referee, high stick. I was going to say, there was no way that puck was frozen. I don't see what that whistle is for.
Yeah, hit with a high stick and then played by the same player, and then so that face-off is going to come outside of the blue line. It's going to be interesting now 3 minutes in to see what adjustments either coaches were going to make. Central Kings doing well. I think, if anything, they're going to say, keep doing what you're doing, team. Don't sit back, play the same game you're playing, create the same opportunities, see if we can get that 3rd goal. Where Barrington, it seems, anyways, right now, is saying, let's get back to hockey and not get back to seeing who we can run over.
Well, the last thing you want to do right now as the Gators is kind of take your foot off the gas and allow the Barons to get back into their normal game mindset and start generating offense. So as the Gators players, you need to keep the Barons on their heels and out of their play style. But you don't want to give them any unnecessary chances. Gators now pressing again. Good offensive effort to bring that puck all the way down in behind the net. Barons players swarming, but the Gators are able to collect that up. Bring it out to the face-off circle. Center ice is clogged up again by the Barons. That defense or the forwards have always been a strong presence there, not allowing much Gators through. Gators recollected center ice, sending it into the cross boards in the corner. They give chase into the first one's on it. Good physical bump from the Barons player, knocks him off of that. Pass comes out front. Chance for it up at the point, but jumbled in the skates. And the Barons are going to give chase all the way down in the offensive end. Both teams on big changes. Nice physical play there by Barrington, but puck bounces away from him. Another big hit missed. He kept the foot out and tripped him, and we do have a penalty on that one.
And there's the tripping call. You got to keep contained within that checking motion. You cannot get that knee out there, get that foot out there, or you will get a penalty. Number 10, Shane Wyatt, goes into the box. And this is a great opportunity, 4 minutes into this third period, for Central Kings to really put their mark on this game in this third period.
And it's the last thing you wanted to do as a Barrington player. You didn't want to draw that penalty. You didn't want to put your team in a hole where you could put that goal deficit up to 3. So Wyatt went in for the hit. The Gators player saw it coming and sidestepped, but Wyatt, with a poor decision in the last moment, kept his foot out to try and make contact and trip the player, but the referee saw it. A little bit of a discussion now to determine, I would presume, where they're going to have the face-off.
Yeah, I think that's the only discussion that could be happening. And I just...
Looks like it'll be outside of the Baron zone.
So with 11:09 to go in the third period, great opportunity for the Gators to make this a 3-goal game.
Yeah, no, and the Barons have to play smart here. The frustration level is probably high on the kids. They don't want to allow another goal in, but that physical play is going to pick up, and if the Gators apply that to the Barons, it's likely that if they don't stay disciplined, could just dig a deeper hole for them. Barons able to clear the zone and get it out. Gators will control in their own end. Carrying it up through center ice now. Brought into the offensive end, pass to the one wing, back to the blue line now. Wind-up shot, long, sent in. Big rebound chance, but the Barons are there to get it out and clear.
Good active stick there by the Barons, able to gather that rebound out right away, find that open ice and fire it down, and then quickly get a change to get some fresh legs out after the first 40 seconds of the power play.
And the Gators come right back in. Long shot in. Rebound was there. Late swat at the puck, but it was a weak one, so no harm, no foul there. No one got too upset over that. Face-off will be to the left of Devin Nickerson.
I tend to almost take my cue from the goaltender. How does the goaltender react? And that tends to be the automatic suggester as to how bad the hit was or how late the hit was or whether or not the hit should have come.
Yeah, and whacking at a goalie's glove is a sure way to bring unwanted attention to your physical position. Gators, though, lose control of it in the offensive end. We had a shorthand break from the Barons. Number 19, Jude Greenwood, with that speed, able to bring it in and now just pins it against the boards against 3 of the Gators. Ticking off precious time from that penalty, so a great offensive heads-up play there by the Barons captain. Gators have it now at center ice. They're going to carry it in, stay onside. Defense bumps him off his man, but the trailer was wide open as both Baron players picked up on the puck handler, but they are able to clear, and that was a dangerous chance.
And a terrific play cross ice to actually recognize that there was a player streaking wide to the left and just out of reach.
Yeah, no, both Barons kind of got that puck focus on the skater and left the trailer wide open on the side of the net. And if he could have just gotten a little bit more lumber on that, that was a dangerous goal.
Little looky-loo. You end up following the skater and losing track of the other players on the ice.
And that's just a coverage breakdown from one of the Barons. Now the Gators have it out front, goes back to the blue line, long shot in, hits a player. Barons player able to clear it out to the face-off circles. And now out with speed now. Number 11, Jagger Kane, long shot, well wide. It's going to go all the way to the half boards on the opposite side. Number 4 collects it up, tries to send it in. Long shot, tipped by 2 players. Sent to the corner now. Barons, even though back to even strength now, so no penalty being killed off. Gators need to recognize that. They try and clear the zone. It does get out, so everyone's offside. They're going to have to reset. Cool. Gators have a headman pass up to number 12. Jarrett Finney, who tries to work his way in. Barons player rides him into the boards. Gators, though, with good pressure now. Oh, and a bad hit from behind. Both hands go up. Both referees are going to call that one. Boarding, at least maybe head contact, and thankfully the Gators player is getting up.
Still on his knees, but you're right. He's not flat on the ice right now anyways. And we're going to see what this is. It's probably at least 4.
That's Cameron Crooks. Took that hit likely from behind. I didn't see the gesture because I was watching him getting up. But the number will come up on the boards in a moment. It's funny because I'm down there watching the scoreboard and I see the guy talking to him like he's probably saying, what's your number? So number 11, only away for 2. Was it 2 for boarding? Did you see the gesture?
I didn't.
Okay. Either way, 2 in the box. Doesn't matter what it's for. 2 minutes for boarding. We all just kind of stopped talking, listening to the PA announcer announce the penalty. But now the Gators with a huge chance late here in the third period to put the score up by 3. And again, that frustration from the Barons is putting them in an awkward situation. Now they're down shorthanded. You kill this off. You get about 6.5 left in the third period. You're still going to get 2 goals just to tie this up. Gators bring it in, but lose control of it just inside the blue line. Regain control, sent out wide to the face-off hash marks. Back to the blue line for the defenseman there. Sends it back in deep, working a good little cycle here. Barons players challenge, goes down low. Pass out front, which was finally open. Shot blocked. Bouncing puck goes back to the blue line now. Long shot in, deflected. And the Barons will collect and send it all the way down the ice on a dangerous block by the goalie. Puck gets picked up by the forechecker now for the Barons, who come in, pass there in the open, and saved. Frozen. That is not what you want to see on your power play if you're the Gators.
Great opportunity there that ends up on Jude Greenwood's stick. Tries to get the shot. They have to take advantage of any opportunity right now. Great effort, great hustle. That's exactly what they need to do. They have to have more jump in their step here in the third period. And if the opportunity presents itself on the PK, you have to take it because, as you said, time will run out if you don't. Another hard shot from the point.
Yeah, no, great face-off win by the Barons. Wound up and rifled by Cameron Nickerson. I didn't even think it was going to get all the way through, but in a blink of an eye, that hit the goalie square in the breadbasket, and it comes right back to him. Long wrist shot, though, rifled way high, and they're going to whistle that down and off the mesh. And just looking outside, the weather is not delightful.
Yes.
It is nicer inside now in this arena, and I'd even make this call from the cold rink rather than being outside.
And the cold rink gets its name for a very good reason.
Oh, no, we don't make this stuff up. The cold rink, it is cold. Barons win that faceoff again, goes back to the blue line, pass D to D, long shot in, kicked away to the corner by the Gators goalie. They carry it up in the center ice and clear the zone. Barons hold them up at the center ice line, try to dump it back in. Scrum continues. Finally goes the Gators' way into the Barons zone, but they collect that up. No D to D man pass there. I was going to say he's just going to carry that right in. That's a poor heads-up play. The defenseman gets the pass or the dump all the way through and doesn't look at where his forwards are and just brings it right into the offensive end for the offside.
You have to wonder from the Central Kings side, and we saw this in the last game. Paramba had a 3-goal lead, came out in the third period, a little less jump in their step. At this point in the game, you have to think that Central Kings is playing not to lose more so than playing to add to the win, which might work well because their team defense has been good. But even on the power play here that they've had here in the second half of it, the Barons have dominated a little bit of the play because there's more effort, there's more desire. They know that they need to score right now, and it really looks like Central Kings is a little bit back on their heels.
And that is the problem. You can't take your foot off the gas, and that's the second long shot in on the Gators goalie, Cameron Gould, who has not really, shall I say, effectively put his body in the way of that puck. And thankfully an offside there for the Barons so that misplayed pass doesn't become a problem. But that's 2 long shots in where the goalie hasn't put his whole stick down and gotten the whole body in the way. He's kind of just gotten comfortable with the blade of his stick, and those pucks have almost gone in twice. And as a coach probably on the other side, you are cringing every time he's doing that. Gators come away with the faceoff, send it back to the D-man as they try and set up something in the offense or the center ice end. The puck goes off the linesman. That gathers a gaggle of bodies there at the blue line as the penalty is over now, so the Barons at least have not set themselves into a deeper hole through penalties, but now need to find some offensive magic and get on this board. It is going to be an offside there. One of the Barons player wanted to call it. He had his hand up, and the officiating crew agreed with him.
The linesman concurs. 6:14 to go here, and time is on the side of the Central Kings Gators right now. It's only 1 goal at a time, and there is still time. You don't need 3, you just need 2.
There's a ton of time left for the Barons to get into this one. But again, the Gators need to keep that offensive mindset. You don't want to sit back and allow the Barons to get any kind of momentum. If they score one goal with time on the clock that they can manage, they will be a force to be reckoned with, and so you need to stay offensive. Don't play from your heels. Barons with some good offensive pressure, challenging in on the forecheck, and they're going to get a chance out of this one. Puck goes into the corner. Gators come away with it at the hash marks now. They carry out of their zone. 2-on-2, and a big pass there is going to go all the way down for icing. Bad, little bit worse on his math angles there, but a nice effort to try and pass it off the boards and up. But with the cleaner ice, that puck was gone.
Good defense, though. Good defensive structure, though, in his own end. As you saw, both wingers did not venture too far away from the point, and as that puck whipped around the boards, he was there to gather it instead of the Barrington defenseman.
Gators look to win the face-off. The Barons had challenged in past that to come away with it. It goes all the way back to the blue line. Gators keep it in. Or the Barons keep it in, sorry. Gators finally clear out. Looks to be a 2-on-2 as the Gators hustle back to try and help their defensive man. Long shot in is high and easily gloved by Devin Nickerson.
A little more play back and forth right now as both teams look, especially Central Kings, looking like they don't want to make a mistake right now.
Well, nobody wants to make a mistake right now, and Central Kings definitely don't want to take a penalty. If you take a penalty at this point now, that's all the Barons need is momentum to try and generate an offensive chance. The puck's loose. Oh, the puck went off the boards, right back into the blue paint. The Barons goalie tried to freeze it, but just missed the puck. And the Gators had a chance to tuck away a third, but a little bit too eager on the trigger. And instead of trying to generate a chance around the goalie, he just tried to bang it home right at him and couldn't generate anything offensive. Gators now send it back into the offensive ends. The Barons kind of collapse upon the puck. Stuck there along the half boards. It's the worst part when it's right down here. We can't see what's happening. Gators get it cleared out. Send it right back in. Because they'd like to go for a line change, and so do the Barons. Kind of an awkward time for both teams to be shifting. Gators players sending it in behind the net. The Barons are finally going to come away with this and a chance to set up in their own end. Gators forecheck, though. Bounces the man off the puck. Comes away with it. Barons swarm him. Barons players, you've got two men that try and go deep for headman pass, but the puck is in play down in their own end. A shot off the side of the net there from the Gators. Comes back to the blue line for number 9. Sends it right back in. Chance at the high slot. Hits a defenseman there from the Barons, and the Barons are going to finally get it out and clear. And a poor decision check from number 9, Wesley Nickerson, against Tanner Bateman. That was not a battle he was going to win, and Bateman decided that was a poor decision.
There was a few pounds difference there.
Just a wee bit.
They were at each other's weight class.
Hey, you got to give him credit. All the heart in the world for seeing the big man and trying to throw the body, but Bateman saw it coming and was like, no, thank you, and knocked him down. Bateman is a large lad, and that you are going to need a solid shot to take that man down. Face-off looked like it was going to be up high, but they're going to bring it all the way down into the Gators' end. Left of the goalie. Cameron Gould, who's stopped 23 shots so far. Ooh, and a nice wind-up shot from the high face-off circle. Kicked away by Gould. Goes into the half wall now for the Gators as they try and bang it out through the blue line. Barons, though, not wanting this to come out of the offensive end, but it will. Defensemen now are going to pick it up for the Barons as they try and reset. But a good forecheck from the Gators is what's keeping the Barons kind of honest and on their heels.
Hemmed in their own end, keeping that play, and here's a great opportunity again.
Oh, and a beautiful chance on that pass, but a little bit of miscommunication and momentum threw that pass too far forward. Barons are going to come away with it now in a 2-on-2 chance. Bateman and it looks like Foster. Nope, that's number 8. That is Nolan Atwood. Puck gets away from them both now. Gators have it pinned against the boards. They're going to come away with it at the face-off circle. Send it back in behind the net to the other D-man. He's got a wide-open wing here to try and move, but most of the Gators aren't exactly skating forward. I think they're both waiting to get on a change. But again, the forecheck got a chance in the offensive end. Long shot in. Chance there. The puck's in the net. Or no, not the puck's in the net. The goalie's in the net. And he got knocked off. One of the Barons players nailed the Gator player right into his goalie, who's been dumped into the crease.
And it's going to be interesting. We've got an interference penalty. I see the call for interference. The question is going to be, who is the penalty going to be on?
Yeah, we're not sure. And the Barons player, number 8, he is upset, Nolan Atwood. The rest of his team is trying to hold him back right now. We're going to see here on the replay coming in. Gators player there in the open. Good screen shot, goes through. And then you're going to see the hit here as he's dumped into the goalie. Right now, the Gators player is going to the box.
And the Central King Gators fans looking at the replay, realizing, no, he got bumped into the goaltender. He got hit directly in. It wasn't one of those, I got hit and I veered my way into the right way.
It's tough to say on the replay, especially where slow motion, you don't know where the momentum came from. But it looks like number 13 for the Gators, Cole Bates, is going to go 2 for interference. So the Barons may have gotten away with one here, initiating the contact against the Gator, who then went into the goalie and got called. So if the referee, they got to call what they see. And if you look towards the play and all of a sudden you see the Gators player kind of plowing the goalie, well, you got to call that for interference. And it looks like someone's called a timeout. I'll assume it is the Gators coach, because you really want to calm down your team right now. You know that everyone's upset. Maybe the call has not gone your way, but you've got to stay relaxed and stay focused. You're short on time in this period. All you've got to do is manage the clock now. 2 minutes, and the ice is yours. You can send this down all you want, so don't let the Barons get back into this game.
Smart move by the rest of the Barrington team that was on the ice, gathering around Bateman, not allowing Bateman to get a retaliatory penalty that would have taken away this penalty of this power play that they really do need.
Well, they really do need it. With 2:53 left in this game, down 2, they need to come away with this goal. I mean, if you don't score in this power play, it's one of those cliches where, you're kind of dooming yourself. But, I mean, if you don't score in this power play, that's only 1 minute left, and you need to get 2 goals. That's a big hill to climb. So the Barons need to come away with this for any chance to win this championship game. Barons do win the faceoff, goes back to the blue line. They're going to send it down deep, trying to get the cycle started. Barons will pick it up behind the net. Gator player goes in the challenge. It's going to go to Bateman now in the corner. Bateman cycles it back down low. Another wraparound chance doesn't work, and that's going to come clear. And the Gators players on the bench know how huge that is. Every time that puck comes out of the zone, that is seconds off that clock. Long pass to Bateman, who winds up, and a big shot off the blocker by Gould. Kicked away to the corner. Unable to get cleared as Bateman throws, that wasn't Bateman who threw a big hit, but a chance out front is missed. Whiffed on. The Barons swarm over that puck, trying to keep it into the offensive end. Gators get a little bit of control as Bateman's down behind the net. Gators come away with it now, and they are able to clear the zone and all the way down, and they go for a change, and their bench is happy.
Terrific first part of the penalty kill there. Barrington had a couple opportunities, but kept to the outside. The shots were long. The shots weren't right from the meat of where you want to get those shots in the front of the net. They're all outside, and some great pressure being put on now by 19 Keegan Cook.
Yeah, Keegan's been one of those players on the forecheck that's been up there challenging all the time, and the Barons are having trouble getting out of their own end right now. 50 seconds left in this power play, and they've only generated the one close chance in close. And now, what a big hit stepped up there as the player is leveled, and the bench gives him a bit of a taunting. He is knocked on his back, and he is still slow to get up. It looked like a clean hit, but may have come high just from the impact of the bodies. Gators now pick it up in the offensive end, shorthanded. Just ticking away seconds on the clock, 1:19 to go. The Barons come away with it now with numbers. 3-on-2 as the Gators hustle back to get in the play. Setting up at the blue line, the puck goes into the corner, but no one's there. Gators are unable to clear it out. Goes back to the blue line. Barons keep it in. Big shot is a high stick there, but the Barons are going to come away with it, but it's outside the zone again, so 10 seconds left. They look to have cleared off this penalty. Gators player in the box, eager to get out. Hand on the handle there on the door. Barons just uncoordinated, really unable to settle themselves down. Last minute of play in the period, 51 seconds to go. Gators player picks it up behind the net, sends it out. Goes off the Barons player at the half boards out front, but no shot there. Back down to the blue line and out. Barons have to play a little defensive, so they've got one man back, but 38 seconds, and it looks like this is going to be the Gators' game. Barons with a long pass missed, but it is tipped. Oh, no, he just called the icing, yep. So the faceoff's going to come all the way back down to the Barons' end. They're unable to pull their goalie for any kind of offensive chance. 32 seconds left to go, and you've got to say it looks like the Gators are going to come away with this one after a really rough start to the game.
I really would have thought, had they been able to at least control some of the play in the second half of that power play, that they might have pulled their goaltender at that point, too, to go for the two-man advantage. Early on, give them your first 20 seconds, see if you can do it, but at the end, they've never even got an opportunity.
No,
and part of the reason was the big hit.
Yeah, no, the big hit was huge. And then the chance out front, they're shorthanded. No, the penalty's off now, so 5-on-5. But the Gators just want to pin this down along the boards now. Barons are fighting, trying to get it free. Bateman's trying to get a little bit of a head start, and if they get a headman pass. Gators come away with it, though, send it all the way out to the offense or their own defensive end, and then dump it back down. 10 seconds left on the clock. They know the time is near. Barons have got nothing they can do, and the Gators start the celebration with 3 to go. And that is it, folks. The Gators are going to come away with this championship 2-0 against a team that had not trailed in this tournament.
Full marks to the Central Kings Gators, repeating as Division II regional champions. This time winning it here at the Yarmouth Mariners Center. That's back-to-back for them, and that's something to be said because teams flip as you have senior players that graduate. This isn't like the NHL, which doesn't really stay pat anyway.
No.
But as you have you seem to rebuild every year. This not it for the Barrington Barons. This will allow them to now go into a play-in game against another league, I believe.
Well, and also the third place team has a chance to get in, right, in the next game coming up.
Exactly.
But no, it is not the road the Barons wanted. They played a strong tournament. They were just unable to close this chapter in the final game. And the Gators, who, like I said, looked to struggle early on in this game, came away with the chances that they had, made the best of them, got that first goal, which gave them all the momentum, and then the second one really put it away. And the Barons, like I said, unable to really have that experience of coming from behind, got the frustration of them, and they weren't able to play their game through. But a great game on both sides, great saves, some huge hits here in the final. It was a great game to watch.
And unlike the provincials, which brings together all of the leagues together at the time, these guys play each other all the time. They're in the same league. They know the tendencies. They probably played at least twice and sometimes more than that. And then you get to a regionals and you end up playing one or potentially two more times depending who wins. So, full marks actually to both teams. A quality hockey game, but we have to say congratulations to the Central Kings Gators.
No, absolutely. They played a great game. It was a worthy win, and I know it's not the prettiest of times outside right now, but it is a happier trip home when you're going home than winners.
We'd like to thank everyone for joining Eastlink Community TV along in association with MC Media's coverage of the Tier 2 NSSAF Male Hockey Championships here from Yarmouth, Nova Scotia. On behalf of myself, David Doucette, my partner today, J.R. Surratt, all of the volunteers behind the scenes and behind the cameras, we'd like to thank you for joining us and hope you'll join us again on our next coverage.
Well, basically, which will be the third place game, which we'll be doing shortly.